Mrs. Kamensky. It's more than a year that your husband's been gone. And now that your boy is an intern, you really should be thinking of getting married again.
Oh, is that a proposal, Max?
Oh, come now, be serious. A young woman like you shouldn't be standing on your feet all day in a department store.
Oh, I am serious. Helping Richard through his internship takes every penny I can earn, including my overtime. Besides, now that Richard's a doctor, he can take care of my tired feet.
Here you are. Here's 20 and 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 11, and 10 cents. Why don't you leave the bag here? I'll have the boy deliver it when he comes to work after school.
Oh, stop spoiling me, Max. I can carry a bag a block.
Bye-bye, dear. Now, have a nice day. Be well.
Disturbance at 321 7th Street. See the woman, handle code 3.
Ludlow 9, roger.
And then the elevator alarm goes off. I cut it off, but by this time I'm afraid to move her.
It looks pretty bad.
She's breathing. She's bleeding badly.
Anybody call an ambulance?
Oh, goodness, no.
I'll get it.
world can we do to protect ourselves from something like this? Everybody's afraid. The whole neighborhood is living in fear.
Well, we're trying everything that we can. There are a number of things that some of you can do to protect yourselves.
Yes, I know. I was talking with some of the officers after that mugging last week, and they gave me the whole speech. But I'm still scared to death.
Excuse me.
Any luck?
No one saw anything. Her name is Anna Kamensky. She's a widow with one son, Richard.
Checks with the emergency ID card I found in her purse. Lists her son as an intern at Memorial. And there's a lot of muggings going down in this neighborhood lately.
Yeah. They ask us for more help. We tell them to help us by putting more locks on their doors. Keep all the streets at night. Keep a sharp eye on the people around you.
Nice life. Walk around during the day scared to death. Lock yourself up at night like a prisoner. Give up your freedom for safety. Is that where we're all headed? I'll go right along in the ambulance in case she regains consciousness.
Yeah, I'll finish up here. Meet you at the hospital, yeah?
Dr. Kamansky?
Had so many things I had to tell her. Now maybe it's too late. See, she's the kind of woman all her life, all she ever did was give. To my father when he was ill. To me, always. She worked and worked. And then when Dad died, she took on a whole other shift at her job. Worked harder than ever. She had one dream, for me to be a doctor. I figured I had so much time to pay you back for everything. She can't even hear me.
There's still hope.
Why her?
Look, could I get you anything? Would you like a cup of coffee or some tea?
No, thank you. Where are the police when something like this happens?
Well, they usually get called in after the damage has already been done. There's not too much they can do to prevent it. Oh, you know, Doctor. You've seen it here at the hospital. You know what people do to each other.
Doesn't make it any easier to accept.
No, it doesn't. But the police are doing all they can. There's an officer waiting outside now to see you.
Now, tell him I just want to stay here.
If there's anything you can do to help the police, your mother would want you to do it.
All right, I'll be out in a minute.
He'll be right out.
Where do you live?
He's taking it pretty hard. Have any leads?
We might have one. Not much, but maybe a start.
What is it?
She was carrying a bag of groceries. So she was probably coming home from the store.
Dr. Kamansky, this is Officer Terry Webster.
How do?
And Officer Chris Owens.
Sorry about your mother, Doctor.
She has no enemies. Not one. Who did it?
We don't know yet. But everything points to a mugging.
Well, how'd he get in? She lives in a security building.
Unfortunately, that doesn't mean much. Tenants sometimes get careless about buzzing in people without knowing who it is.
Then how are you going to find the man who did it?
By canvassing the neighborhood, door to door. Maybe someone saw something suspicious.
You see, Doctor, witnesses are usually the key to muggings because there's no motive connecting the mugger and the victim.
Well, were there any witnesses?
So far, no.
What are the real chances of your catching anybody?
That's hard to say, Doctor.
Say it straight. You mean there's really very little chance?
Not necessarily. This time we may have a slim lead.
Then why aren't you out working on it?
We're hoping to talk to your mother. If she can identify her assailant, it'd be easier for us to get him.
Wait a minute. Don't expect my mother to do your work for you. If she ever wakes up from this, she might not be emotionally able to talk about it.
I can talk to him later if you want.
Let him cool off first. Let's check out those stores.
No need to. Cash register receipt had a name on it. Weissman's Groceries.
Who would do such a terrible thing to a fine woman like Anna Kamensky?
Probably someone who doesn't even know her. Think it's a mugging.
You said you cashed your payroll check.
That's right.
Was there anyone else in the store at the time?
Yes, a young girl. She was reading some magazines.
Mm-hmm. How young?
Oh, not more than 20.
You know her?
No, but she's been in the store before.
When Mrs. Kamansky was cashing her checks?
Maybe.
You think you'd recognize her again if you saw her?
I think so. Do you think this girl attacked Mrs. Kamansky?
Well, we don't know Mr. Weissman, but we would like to talk to her. You think you'd be able to come down to the precinct and go through our mug books?
I want to help, but I can't leave the store tonight. It's payday, and customers depend on me to cash their checks. I could come in tomorrow early in the morning before I open up.
That would be fine, sir. Thank you.
Those pictures, are they in color?
No, sir. Only in special cases like child beatings.
Oh, that's too bad.
Why's that?
I just thought it might help. It would be easier to identify. The girl wears orange lipstick. She bought some from me.
When?
Last week. I remember I was taking it off the shelf. It's too hip for my customers. I never even sold one till she bought it.
Can you tell us the name of the brand?
Well, I'll show it to you. Here, I put it back on the shelf because I thought maybe she'd decide to buy more. Here, this is it.
We sure had that place cased. Hey, you should have seen the expression on that chick's face when the elevator door opened and I was standing there waiting for her.
You know, it's funny. You ring 6 apartments and half of them will buzz the door open for you. And the suckers are wondering how come they're getting ripped off.
Really?
Hey, has anybody seen my orange lipstick?
Yeah, every day for months. Why don't you try red, huh?
I just want to please you, David.
So wear red. You need some help, babe. Maybe it's about time you started mainlining like the big boys, huh?
I'll never mainline.
Come on, that's what they all say. But sooner or later, you just don't get off on a skin pop. You gotta go the whole hog. You can't help yourself. Ain't that right, sir?
It's the only way to fly.
I'll tell you, ain't nobody gonna be doing a lot of flying around here until we get some more dough. That bread we got out that broad in the elevator ain't gonna keep us in smack 2 days.
Really? Hey, well, all we gotta do is rip off somebody real quick.
I can't do it, man. I can't handle this mugging scene anymore.
Well, how you gonna keep your habit, babe? You gonna go back home to that prison guard you got for a mama? And how many nickel bags is she gonna pop for, huh? I'm your family now, babe. Hey, don't worry. Tomorrow I'll connect with a junk man and everything will be cool, huh?
Dr. Comanche made a special trip here to find out what we're doing to apprehend his mother's assailant. I've asked him to wait until after muster so you two gentlemen could fill him in firsthand.
Well, the lead I mentioned to you at the hospital, Doctor, may pay off. The store owner remembers a girl being in the store at the time your mother's paycheck was cashed. Seems she bought an offbeat brand of lipstick. One that was exactly like the tube I found in the elevator.
This just came from the lab.
The lipstick from the elevator and the sample from Weissman's store are identical.
Problem is they couldn't lift any prints off it.
Is that it? Is that all you have?
No. Blood samples are being examined. We have taken scrapings from your mother's fingernails. People in the neighborhood are being questioned. Anyone with a criminal record is being called in for special interrogation. Police informants are being notified. So far, Doctor, Officers Webster and Owens have come up with the only lead we have, which is one more than we usually have in a mugging.
Modern police science and criminology.
Not unlike modern medicine, huh, Doctor? Without evidence, you can't effect a cure. And we can't create evidence any more than you can. But we might get lucky. The store owner is going to be looking through the mug books to see if she had a record.
And since most muggers are junkies, there's a fair chance she's been busted before.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it? You catch them and then you turn them loose again on innocent people. I mean, it's a game.
No, Doctor, it's a war. Like the one you're learning to fight in the hospital. And it might be a good idea if you went back where you can do the most good, and we'll do the same.
Don't tell me where to go back, please. I warn you, I'm not going to let go until whoever did it has been caught and punished. I'll be in touch again.
It's the way people react to a mugging. It's a kind of violence they cannot understand or comprehend. Total stranger attacks for no apparent reason out of nowhere. It's a throwback to the caveman. Riker? Thank you. We've got a break. The store owner has made a mug shot of the girl.
There she is. This one, right here.
Are you sure, Mr. Weissman?
Positive. She was the one who was in the store. This one, right here.
Records and identification. Yeah, this is Owens. Pull a file on a 60158, a Linda Reese.
Mother, I only want to know how you and Dad are, that's all. And little John? After all, he is my baby. Look, I'm not asking for anything. I'm not asking to come home. I don't expect my room to be waiting for me. Besides, I got my own place now. No. Apartment houses in this neighborhood don't have swimming pools. Look, I've been trying to find a job for weeks. 2 places hired me, but I didn't fit in, you know? Story of my life. I can't tell you where I live, Mother. I'm sorry. No, I can't. I just want to talk to you, Mother. Can't we talk? Can we talk just a little while longer? Mother? Mother! Damn! Who is it?
Police officers would like to talk to you. Miss Reese?
Yes?
We come in?
Why not?
You live here alone, Miss Reese?
Yes. I got a boyfriend.
What's his name?
What's this about?
Where's your boyfriend now?
I don't know. Look, I don't want to talk to you. I don't have to.
You're right. But you're under arrest for violation of Section 211 of the Penal Code, which is robbery, and 245, which is assault with a deadly weapon.
You have the right to remain silent. You give up that right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney during questioning.
This guy's hurt. Better call for an additional unit.
Ludlow 9 to control. Request additional unit for transportation of suspect to hospital at 940 12th Avenue.
What do you want to hear? That my parents didn't understand me? Hmm? That they couldn't care less what happens to me? That they stole my baby and kicked me out on the street? Okay, you heard it. And it's true.
Gee, that's interesting because we were talking to your parents and we've also talked to the Sacramento Police Department. Their records give a whole different story. Reese, Linda, Caucasian, age 20, etc. 2 arrests, possession of heroin, no convictions. 1 arrest, penal code 270, failure to provide child with necessities of life. 2 arrests, 273, willful abuse of a child, custody of child after second child abuse complaint was awarded to the grandparents by the court.
That's a lie. I never hurt my baby. They had no right to take him. He was mine.
Booker.
Put your personal belongings in this envelope, please.
Where's Terry?
Memorial. Suspect needed treatment.
I want a lawyer.
Yeah, well, as soon as you're booked, you'll get one, friend. Hello, Doctor.
Hi, Danko. I'd like to see Lieutenant Riker, please.
Maybe I could help you.
Well, maybe. I just stopped by to see if you have any news about the people who attacked my mother.
Well, we've taken a couple of suspects.
Who is it?
Well, Owens and Webster have taken into custody the girl the grocer said he saw in his store, and 2 male suspects who may have been involved, but that's all they are, just suspects.
Well, wait a minute. I don't understand. You arrested them. Don't you have to have proof?
Look, we had reasonable cause to book them as suspects. Now they'll be interrogated to see if we can get at the truth.
Are those your suspects?
Well, those are 2 of them.
Is that the 3rd one?
I think so.
Hey, Doctor.
Doctor!
What the hell is going on here? Webster, take the prisoner. Put him in the booking office.
Yes, sir.
Now, take it easy, son. Falling apart like this isn't going to help your mother any.
All right, that does it. The next time, lead with your left, all right?
Doctor, if you have a minute, Mike's here and he'd like to talk to you.
Yeah, sure. I'll be right back.
Doctor?
Wait, before you say anything, Danko, I want to apologize for what I did yesterday. This whole thing has been very upsetting to me, and I think I just let my emotions run away with me.
That's cool. I'm sure it hasn't been easy.
Jill has told me that you've got your case all wrapped up, that the girl confessed and implicated the 2 men.
Yeah, well, that's why I stopped by, to let you know we've run into a setback.
A setback?
The DA had to drop the charges. He said it wouldn't stand up in court.
The girl confessed, didn't she?
In detail. And the DA's office believes every word. The trouble is, she claims she was scared and confessed falsely.
She signed the confession, didn't she?
That doesn't matter, Richard. Look, unless there are other witnesses or conclusive physical evidence, it boils down to her word against the interrogating detectives.
Mike, What about the two men?
They kept their mouths shut and came off cleaner than the girl. The penal code states a person cannot be convicted of a crime solely on the testimony of an accomplice.
Listen, I hope you're keeping them in jail while you guys are all running around trying to find evidence and proof.
A suspect has to be arraigned within 48 hours or cut loose.
Are you telling me that they are back out on the street?
I'm sorry, there's nothing we could do.
You know, I'll tell you, I was beginning to think that you and, Owens and Webster were a little bit different. But you're not. You're just like all the other cops. You're just full of double talk!
It was beautiful. I stashed my smack and I stashed my knife right under their noses.
Hey, I told them traffic ticket punks that we knew our rights, right? But baby, you spilled your guts to the cops. You set us up for a fall, honey.
I couldn't help it. I needed a fix. Besides, I've been the route before. Both times the attorney they gave me claimed I confessed because I was strung out. Judge took one look at my needle marks, threw my confession out of court.
You think the cops don't know that, huh? They wanted information and you laid the whole scam on them. Now they know that we did it. They're gonna bust a gut to prove it.
But you told me that after we pulled some jobs, you'd loan me the money for a bus ticket home.
Did I say that?
Please. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of this town.
Did I not tell you, man, that she was gonna be a lot of trouble? Man, we should have dumped her. We should dump her right now. The only thing she says that makes any sense, babe, is about that ticket. Well, maybe we should get two. One for you and one for me. And let's split this place.
And go where, huh? Where what? We're tapped out, man. Even if we could split, we were gonna crash before we connect, man. Only chance of scoring's right here on home turf.
What about the cops?
Well, the cops think we're walking temporarily. But I know how to make it permanent. First off, we go and we visit the old man who fingered Linda. And then we go to the hospital and we pop the old lady before she wakes up. And the cops got no case, no how.
What's on your mind, Danko?
Romansky, he worries me. The way he's been acting, I'm afraid he'll do something really stupid.
Well, I know how he feels, but the truth is, criminals walk out of here every day and they thumb their nose right at us. And you know, you may be able to bring these three back at any moment now. We have a confession from the girl. We have a statement from Wiseman. All the DA needs is for Mrs. Kamansky to regain consciousness and make an identification.
What if she don't come out of the coma?
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait for these people to make another mistake, that's all. According to the police surgeon, the cost of their combined drug habit is well over $100 a day. So I imagine they are picking out another victim right now.
Probably. I still think the DA should have taken a shot in court on this one.
No, you're wrong, Owens. What happens if the DA goes into court with a weak case and loses? The principle of double jeopardy comes into effect, and those suspects cannot be prosecuted a second time. Then what happens if Mrs. Kamansky regains consciousness and could make an identification? That's rough, but that's the way it is.
Here we are.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Have a nice day.
What do you want?
Did you sell her one of these lipsticks?
Yes?
Yes, he says. Pop, I think you made a mistake saying you sold her something when you didn't, huh?
But I did.
Oh, Sal, help this guy with his memory.
Just punch his ticket, huh?
Hey, 'cause now he's our witness. Hey, now, Pop, come on. You never sold no lipstick to Linda. In fact, you never even saw her before, did you, Pop? And I ain't fooling, old man. One wrong word to the cops and my friend's gonna come back here and punch your ticket to that big supermarket in the sky. You dig?
Ludlow 9, 211 just occurred at 3468 Street. See the owner, handle code 2.
It's Weissman's store.
London 9, roger. Mr. Weissman, you okay?
Einstein said everything is relative, so I suppose relatively I'm okay.
What happened?
Two men with knives, strangers. They wanted cash. I wouldn't give it to them, so they started breaking things up, and finally I gave them the money.
How much?
200 and change. I don't know exactly how much, but I'm insured. All I need is a police report to file a claim. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother you.
Did you recognize him, sir?
No. Never saw him before in my life.
You're too smart to take chances with armed robbers for $200, Mr. Weissman. And stick-up men don't go around breaking enough glass to alarm an entire neighborhood.
Why don't you tell us what really happened, sir?
I told you everything. Please, just make out your report.
What you're telling us doesn't make sense, Mr. Weissman. You know who they are, don't you? The same people who attacked your friend, Mrs. Kamansky.
And if that's true, and you're willing to press charges, then we can arrest them until Mrs. Kamansky recovers and can identify them.
The way it is now, they could attack someone else.
I helped you find the girl once. You arrested her and you let her go. She and her friends came by to say thank you. Now, I'm gonna mind my own business. So please, leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Can I help you, sir?
Yes, I was interested in buying a handgun, like the police use.
38 Police Special. I got a slew of them. There you go. Got a nice feel to it, doesn't it? Cheap at twice the price.
All right, I'll take it. And some ammunition.
So, I hate to trouble you, but you got to fill out some forms. Federal, state, and city. Got to see some ID, too. Doctor, huh? There's a 2-week waiting period, you know.
Would twice the price speed things up a bit?
It's a couple of weeks between friends, huh?
Thank you very much.
I don't know whether I can make it without a fix.
Hey, you want to get picked up on the same charges again, baby? Because if that old lady wakes up and fingers us, we're all gonna do life in the slammer, huh?
Hey, well, let's get it on, huh? Before a cop spot this hot car.
Now, you're gonna do this, and you're gonna do it right. Or they're gonna find you OD, you dig?
I just need some stuff first.
Business first, then you get all the stuff you want. Zoo.
How do you know there's a uniform in there?
When the cop brought me in to get stitched up, I saw some nurses walking in that came on street threats. Let's go.
This is the nurse's locker room. Authorized personnel only.
Oh, sorry. Keep an eye on it. Hey, this looks good. Put it on.
David, I can't. I can't kill that woman.
Hey! Now you shut up and you get into this. Now look, it ain't like I'm asking you to stick a knife in anybody. I called the hospital, they told me she's wired up to an oxygen tank. Now you turn it off and she's gonna be dead in a minute.
I just need something to keep me going, that's all.
When you get through here, you come back to the house, I'll give you all the help you need. Now remember, room 622, Anna Kamansky. Make sure you get the right one, huh? We're waiting for you at the house. Don't blow it.
I knew you'd come back. She was already dead. You know, it's just not fair. When I was a little boy, growing up, I never had any trouble with my schoolwork. But you know what she used to do?
Every afternoon, she would hold a class for all the kids in the neighborhood who were having trouble. She said it was her way of giving thanks that I had been so lucky. Well, she's dead now. And so are you. Unless you take me to those two parasites that helped you kill her.
See this? You do that again, I'll be happy to use it.
Dr. Kamansky, wait! Louise.
Jill, what happened? Are you all right?
Call the 6th floor, check on patient Kamansky, and then get me the 17th precinct. I need to talk to Lieutenant Riker. Hurry, okay? Go on. I'm all right, go on.
Who is it?
It's me, Linda. Open up.
Back up. Don't touch it!
Ludlow 9, proceed immediately to 745 Town Street. Possible armed man and hostage. Handle code 3. Ludlow 7, back up Ludlow 9 at 745 Town Street. Proceed code 2.
Kamansky! Hold it! Hold it!
Hey, Doc, you okay? Doc?
They're all dead. Somebody had to do it. Like cutting out a cancer. It had to be done. You know, you guys are just like doctors. Crime is a disease that the rest of us don't ever even think about until we catch it. Then we come to you for help.
Yeah, well, it's not always that simple.
Yeah, that's the old slogan, isn't it? But that's such a cop-out. Everybody's saying it isn't all that simple. Maybe it is. Maybe the answer to crime and criminals is just as simple as a bullet. Of course, we can't face that. We don't have the guts.
I think we must have the courage to admit that bullets never solved anything. They never have, and they never will, Doctor.
Your nose up against the wall.
Ever read Alice in Wonderland, Owens?
Mm-hmm.
Used to be my favorite book. My mother read it to me. Anyway, that's what I was thinking about back there in that girl's apartment just now. The part where the Red Queen says, sentence first, verdict afterwards. See, that's how it had to be with them. Or they'd got away with it. Or you'd catch them. But they'd be out of there again in no time. Just like a revolving door. Right back out in the street again.
Well, there's a lot of people who might agree with you, Doctor. The way I feel about it, every life is important. Punishing them this way just costs too much. Your life and theirs.